Well, I hope you guys can hear me, and I hope the sun comes back because it is a chilly day today. It is currently 46 degrees up here in the mountains. I'm at like 9,500 feet or something, obviously at a mountain lake because where else would I be? And I wanted to come back to this alpine lake because last year when I first moved out to Utah, this was one of the first hikes that I went on. And I thought that it was fitting to come here and try and tackle some of my limiting beliefs that I have as a creative person in a place that I felt really powerful last summer. And I wanted to see if tackling my limiting beliefs up here felt any different than like doing it in my apartment, because my apartment kind of seems like too enclosed for something like this, especially when I'm talking about growth as a human being and as a creator. And so being outside in the mountains in my most creative space, it felt like a really good place to discuss this topic. Recently, I've been watching a lot of videos on limiting beliefs and how limiting beliefs hold you back. And I really do feel like I'm in a place in my life where I am the only person holding me back from what I want. And so I started doing research into limiting beliefs and what they are and how to overcome them. And I thought that this would be the perfect opportunity for me to start trying to work through some of these things. I'm also in a relatively public area, so I hope that nobody like walks by or tries to get over here. I'm kind of on the edge of as far as you can go this way around the lake, so hopefully not that many people come by here, but we'll see. I also really hope it's not too windy. Sorry guys. But in my research, I was finding that the limiting beliefs tend to be generational beliefs or things that we are told as children and things that our parents taught us or the people around us growing up taught us or things that our friends say that basically just hold us back from like who we can be, especially because those beliefs become really ingrained in us and we fully believe them. I was watching a TED Talk and she said we are meant to thrive, not just survive, which is why we need to work through our limiting beliefs to become who we know that we can be. Also, in the last 24 hours, I've reposted 3 things to my Instagram story, which if you're not already following me, should be. It's at Sarah LeBrat Writes. But I've reposted 3 things. This is the first one. This is the second one. And this is the third one. And they all kind of fall into the same vein of you really have to believe in yourself and you have to be the one that pushes you to the next level and you have to be the one that is fully responsible for your personal growth because no one else will be. So that is what I am attempting to take into my own hands today and really focus on some of my limiting beliefs because I really think that that is the primary thing that's holding me back right now, especially with my 6-month goals and trying to become more of a creator online on YouTube and Instagram and growing my Fiverr business and continuing to write and inspire other people. And it's just kind of gotten to the point. Chipmunk totally just distracted me. Oh, it's getting very curious. I don't know what you want from me, buddy. I don't have anything for you. I feel ridiculous. I just ran after a chipmunk. In that TED Talk that I mentioned earlier, she was also talking about how taking care of your limiting beliefs can also help shift you from a right or a left-brained person into more of a whole-brained person, at least in the way that you function, and it can actually lead to a more peaceful life by balancing the intuitive with the intellectual and the creative with more of the straightforward factual thinking. And it's kind of just a way to like recenter yourself and fully become who you can be by utilizing all aspects of your brain. And then I ended up watching another TED Talk, and in this one he was saying that we are hardwired for comfort but our soul is hardwired for growth, and working on our limiting beliefs is a way to stop self-sabotaging and work through the fact that we are so hardwired for comfort and try to rewire our brains to seek that which our soul desires, which is growth and becoming who we think we can be just because we are the ones that are holding ourselves back. He also said that this is necessary because we are creatures of habit. And so the best way to do this is journaling about all of your limiting beliefs on one side and like stating them as they are, and then rewriting the narrative into the positive opposite of those limiting beliefs. So that's how I'm going to start. In a YouTube video that I was watching on this, she said to take a piece of paper and fold it in half, and on one side write all of your limiting beliefs, and then on the other side rewrite the narrative. I think that right now I have a lot of limiting beliefs in a lot of areas, but I'm primarily going to be focusing on ones that create to my creative life, which includes financial, being creative overall, my career, my lifestyle, my income, and my mindset, which is still a lot of categories that all fall under the creative umbrella. Limiting beliefs are the things that we tell ourselves that we don't do, that we can't do, that we shouldn't do, that we couldn't do, or that we wouldn't do. So any of the negative things that we tell ourselves are the things that I'm going to be focusing in this exercise. Well, you know it's bad when I had to unfold the page to fit all of my limiting beliefs on it. And I'm sure this isn't everything either. I'm sure that this is just what's coming to my brain right now. But with this, and the reason that I decided to come to one of my favorite places, which is an alpine lake, because what's better than a lake in the mountains? It's the best of all possible worlds. But the reason that I decided to come up here was because being in nature is my happy place. This is where I feel the most creative. This is where I feel like I am like the most myself and the most like able to grow. And so the reason that I wanted to do this here was because it's such a free space. Being in nature reminds me that I can be so much more than I currently am, even though I'm very I don't know if this is a good or bad thing. I'm very happy with where I am. Like, I'm very like content, but I also know that I can get further, if that makes sense. So the next step to this is then rewriting my limiting beliefs and rewriting the narrative behind my limiting beliefs into the positive opposite. And so I'm going to go through and read some of my limiting beliefs, and then I'm going to rewrite them into the positive opposite, and then I'm going to share some of those with you guys as well. A lot of these were like hard to come to terms with, honestly, because they are so like deeply ingrained in my brain, which is the whole point of doing this. So I don't know if I've ever been like this fully vulnerable on camera before, which is very new to me. I guess I'm just hoping that I'm not the only one going through this, and that there are other people that have had a lot of like negative beliefs behind being a creative. But some of the things that I wrote down include: being a creative will never pay the bills. You will never make enough money as a writer. Being a content creator isn't a viable career option. You will always need to have a day job. You have to be a starving artist for people to take you seriously. The chipmunks are back. I had to chase them away a couple times during that time lapse because they kept coming back. I think there's two of them that's bothering me because one of them was a little bit smaller than the other one, but they keep coming back. Honestly, would not be surprised if one of them like popped up behind me. More of my limiting beliefs are: I don't deserve the following I have, which is currently 11,000 on YouTube and 31.2 thousand on Instagram. I know that because I checked this morning. And I don't deserve a larger following, like 50,000 on Instagram or 15 plus on YouTube, which is my goal for the next 6 months. Having a 9 to 5 for 40 years is the only path. People would rather watch other creators. People would rather follow other creators. Sharing my journey isn't helping anyone. Sharing my content is embarrassing when my friends and family watch my content. I will always need to have another, more traditional job. That sounds awful, but that is like a feeling that I have. People are not interested in my journey. You can't make money as a YouTuber. You can't make money from Instagram. I've literally made money the last 2 months from Instagram because I'm a part of the Reels bonus program, which is fantastic, and I love that. Being multi-passionate isn't real because it divides your focus, and therefore you accomplish less. I will not make enough money as a multi-passionate creator. People will not want to follow me because I am multi-passionate, which is a total of 36 limiting beliefs that I wrote out. Yes, a lot of them do overlap, but essentially they're all limiting beliefs. They're all founded in the same thing, either because I was told this when I was younger, or it was just kind of what I was brought up in, or what my parents were used to, or what my friends are saying, or what my friends are experiencing in their lives. And it's just a lot of what's around me and what I've grown up with that have led me to believe these negative, not true, limiting beliefs. Editing Sarah jumping in really quick here. I just want to make it very clear that my parents are very supportive of the creative lifestyle that I have chosen and have made happen for myself. They are very supportive of my writing, of my YouTube channel, of my Instagram page. And I don't think that any of these limiting beliefs were at all intentional in things that they said or anything, but they are things that were said by them or by other people that I believed. However, they were also brought up in a completely different generation where this was not as viable an option because there was less available with like social media and online, because social media didn't freaking exist yet. So this is nothing against my family. I want that to be very clear. So because I filled up an entire page with that, I am going to be writing on a new page for rewriting these limiting beliefs into the opposite positive narrative. So I'm going to be using a new sheet of paper as I rewrite the narrative into the positive opposite of my limiting beliefs. Also, my hands are getting kind of cold because the clouds keep coming back, and my handwriting is getting admittedly worse because of that, so I might have to rewrite these positive things later back in my apartment when my hands warm up again so that I can read them a little bit better in the future. now that the sun is back to shining, I am less cold, thankfully, which is good because I spent a long time filling up the front and back of this page reframing those negative limiting beliefs into the positive opposite. And honestly, I felt so good after doing so that I just filmed like 15 Instagram reels that all have positive reminders and messaging. So I would say it's put me in a good mood. It has vastly calmed me down too, because I was in kind of like not a great place. I think I'm crooked. But on my way up to my hike, I was just like not in a great mental space, but like sitting up here for an extended period of time, because I think I've been up here for like almost 2 hours at this point, and I'm feeling really calm. I love mountain lakes. They're so chill. And it has been nice because I can hear people walking by occasionally, so I know I'm not like totally in the middle of nowhere, but I'm very remote and I'm very much out in the middle of the woods, even though there are some people around. But now I want to share with you guys some of my rewritten narratives to the positive opposite of the limiting beliefs that I had. And granted, I, again, took up front and back and 2 lines of writing per 1 line on this page, but they're all very widely spaced. And I found that a lot of these were repetitive, which was really interesting because even though the limiting beliefs were rephrased differently, I still had like multiple limiting beliefs just reworded in my brain. And so a lot of these I like rewrote out several times. I still think I'm crooked. I hope not. It's also so much warmer out now that the wind has died down. Being a creative person has limitless earning potential. I can make more than I could ever dream of as a creative person. I could make more than I could ever dream of as an author. Being a content creator is one of the most relevant career paths of our day and age. I can make more with creative endeavors and projects than I could ever imagine, and even way more than I'm making at my current job or could make at a job. My earning potential is limitless. I and other people look up to people they want to be. I am someone that other people want to look up to. Being a creative person is incredibly respected. I respect and admire other creatives. I do not need to have an office job. I'm a free spirit who draws creativity and life and purpose from nature, which is freaking true. And it feels much better saying that now that it's sunny. Oh my god, it's just so peaceful up here. Creating is an extremely legitimate career path. Think of all the TV and movies and books that have been created and the masses who enjoy it. I bring benefit and value to my audiences on Instagram and YouTube, and I am meant to work for myself and to make myself proud. The world is opening up. A 9 to 5 is not the only way anymore. I can make more money than I ever could imagine as a creative person. And then again, my earning potential is unlimited. People love my content and want to follow me. People are choosing to watch my content because they enjoy it and draw value from it. Sharing my journey has helped a lot of people feel less lonely in their creative process. Sharing my journey will help more people in knowing that they are not alone. My family and friends are excited about my journey and encourage me in it. I will not always need to work a traditional office job for someone else. The life I'm creating for myself is beautiful and free. Being a creative person with an unlimited earning potential will get me that freedom. I did tear up a little bit when I wrote that one down because it felt like that would have been a good ending note, but that was like in the middle of this. And just getting to write the life I'm creating for myself is beautiful and free in a beautiful place like this just feels right. So I'm feeling very good about my decision to tackle my limiting beliefs up here because I feel good about doing this. Like I feel really powerful right now, and I feel like I believe a lot of the things that are on here, which is the whole point. Is to shift the limiting beliefs to the positive opposite reality and make that reality actually the reality by telling myself this and starting to teach myself that these are the beliefs that I should be believing. People are interested in my journey. I get dozens of DMs about it a day, which is true. I do. I get tons of people asking me where they can read my work or when my books are coming out or what my books are called, which is awesome and I really appreciate it. Not quite published yet. I am working on it. I can make money from YouTube because I have made money from YouTube and I can make so much more. Brands want to work with me. Brands want to pay to work with me. I am so incredibly capable of achieving my dreams. People want to read my books. I get DMs and comments about it every single day. I will be a successful author because I put in the work to learn and become better. I am fully capable of making more than enough money with my creative endeavors to support my lifestyle and get everything that I want. People want to see real people with multi-passionate interests. This is my reality. I welcome it and I step into my power and become the woman that I want to be. I feel very happy with how this ended up going. Again, on my hike wake up, I was like not in a good mental space. I was fully considering just like not doing this today because I didn't think I was gonna like want to film. But then I got up here and it just felt right. Like it was good. This was the right place for me to do this for sure. And so the next step that I will not be including in this video, but I will be including in my upcoming vlogs, is rereading this 3 times a day to start instilling this belief system into my brain instead of the more limiting beliefs that it has had for a very long time. But I need to act on these beliefs like they are my real beliefs until they are my real beliefs. And I was honestly not sure how I would feel about filming this video, but with how I'm feeling now, I would strongly suggest that if you think that you have any limiting beliefs, that you try to do something like this and you sit down and you write out all your limiting beliefs, and then you write out to rewrite your narrative into the opposite positive of those limiting beliefs. I highly suggest doing that because we are our own worst nightmares and we are the people that hold us back. And I don't want to hold myself back anymore. Like, I want to fully realize who I can become. I want to be like the best person that I can possibly be. I want to achieve everything that I can. And again, this post that I saw earlier on Instagram, become the person that can achieve those goals. Like, yeah, I would love to. And this is the first step, is identifying my limiting beliefs and starting to work on these as my new beliefs. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you could give it a big thumbs up, because that really shows the YouTube algorithm that you enjoyed this video and that somebody else might too. Also, feel free to practice in the comment section by writing out one of your limiting beliefs and then rewriting your narrative to be the opposite positive of that limiting belief. If you guys want to follow along on my journey, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button because I'm currently posting videos twice a week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. I can't believe I'm filming out here. Oh my gosh.